Hey, good evening. Welcome back to Blue Clouds Media Sports. As usual, we're bringing you the best sports in association football. You know what it is, you know what I do best. Before I get into the nitty gritty of what we're about to talk on this platform, do me a favor, do yourself a favor. You get what I'm saying? Yes, we're back again. Chelsea fans are back again. Football loving fans are back again. We'll take you through the games that were being played yesterday in the Premier League, and also some transfer news. And we will delve into it. We will look at Chelsea's position right now at the Premier League log. It is not looking good. It is not looking good. Chelsea suffered another huge I wouldn't say huge, but another huge defeat. Um, you know, from the likes of Southampton. You know where they are on the Premier League log. So when you suffer a defeat in that magnitude, you should know that that is a very, very huge defeat from Southampton. Just one free kick. You don't expect to give a free kick out to James Ward-Prowse. I'm sure that's what his name is. You don't want to give a free kick out to him because he is proven, I think, 3 years consistently being the free kick expert in the Premier League. There was no one else. No one else in the Premier League or anywhere else that can challenge James Ward-Prowse with his free kick. So we'll be looking at that, and also we have a lots of news to talk about in regards to Graham Potter being under pressure. Kepa Arrizabalaga after the game statements and things that he said after the game, and also we'll be talking about N'Golo Kante injury update. As usual, I collect all this information, bring it out here for us to talk about it. Also, transfer and contract update. Transfer contract updates. Louis Hall, new contract updates. You guys know the young lads from the academy, Louis Hall, and also Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Gallagher to Newcastle. Those are the transfer updates I will be talking about. Also, Marcus Rashford asking price. How much do you think Marcus Rashford worth at this moment? And also Nathan Aki contract updates. Amadou Onana. You guys know Amadou Onana from Everton. Highly, strongly linked with the Blues. Linked with the Blues. I know how good of a player he is. If we have Onana, Onana will be way better off. What's his name? Zakaria. It might only if they, I have to check the position that they play. But then Man City drop points in the title race. Where do Man City? Man City hasn't been that consistent. They've been blowing hot and cold this season. But where does the season light end Manchester City? Can they still push Arsenal to the end of the title, even trying to win it? Manchester City having the teams very difficult. But yeah, I'll get to the comment section below and see what you guys are saying. But before I get into the comments, no comments yet. So I will get into my brother over here. Hams. Welcome to the stream, brother.
Thanks for having me, Niza. Niza, how are you doing?
So it's a pleasure to have you here. Talk football again as usual. So let's see what we got to do today, what we got to talk about, and the main topic. But before we get to Graham Potter, what's new in terms of football, Hams?
Well, so I've today's results. United won a very good game. But not a very good game, a very dominating performance. 3-0 to Leicester. Tottenham got a victory today, 2-0. So I think United are still on a title race.
Definitely playing very, very well.
Tottenham are odd team. They're very inconsistent. You can't really trust them, but they're still up there in the top four race. They're still in quarter to points, but yeah, that's for today's games.
What about Chelsea? Title race.
Hopefully next year.
Okay. All right, Ham said, hopefully next year. I'm gonna take you guys through yesterday's game as we have Aston Villa lost to Arsenal 2-3. 3-4. 2-4. Arsenal 4, Aston Villa 2. Brentford, Crystal Palace. It was a draw game, 1-1 each. Brighton vs Fulham. Brighton lost again. Brighton lost to Fulham 1-0. Chelsea 0. Southampton 1. A lot of people did not see that coming. Everton 1, Leeds United 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Manchester City 1. Another point to drop there for Manchester City. But we're gonna look at this game real quick before we go into today's game. Today's game, we know we look at today's Premier League games. You know, today's Premier League games, which are Manchester United comfortably playing very, very well under Eric Ten Hag. Ten Hag has really transformed the team, uh, even using the players that he met last season. We know he's had some time with his players, but then Ten Hag did not take that long for him to establish his style of play, the way he wants to play, and everything. Big up to you, Guna, my brother. Big up to you. Hope you're doing very, very well. We're still having more people joining in. So yeah, we Manchester United beat Leicester City comfortably 3-0. Tottenham Hotspur's 3, West Ham United. Tottenham Hotspur's 2, West Ham United 0. I hope Gunnar, I hope you're doing very, very well, my brother. He says, "Hey guys, so smash the like, people. We only got 4, but I know the numbers will triple in a few seconds. I have that, I believe. Gunnar, let me know. Message me. Let me know what your day is going. Let me know how things are going. If you're free, you think you can join us here, let me know. Send me a message on our Twitter real quick, and then we can get it going. Let's have a short discussion in terms of for the title race. Arsenal drop point. Arsenal win very, very comfortably. Not really comfortably, but then later at the end of the game, it became more comfortable for Arsenal. That Jorginho strike, man. That Jorginho strike. I can never, because I told you, I've said things to Chelsea fans many times. People say Jorginho is always a liability, and I always say, not all the time. This guy produced something that people don't know what he produced, and a lot of people can't use Jorginho very well. Look at that screamer. Look at that screamer. How long was Jorginho with Chelsea? Did we ever see that screamer coming from Jorginho? We did not ever see this. Jorginho is a very good player depending on how you use Jorginho. The same thing with Marcus Alonso. Alonso is a very, very good player depending on how you use him. You don't want to put Marcus Alonso down for him to defend, because you know he's not a good defender. So you don't put him down that low. You got to support him, got to be up there. And anytime Marcus Alonso finds himself up in the 18-yard box, remember, there's a high possibility 85% is going to be a goal when they strike the ball. So we have to balance the sheet very, very well. And what a streamer from Jorginho. Hams, did you see that goal from Jorginho?
Yeah, I saw it. I thought overall he was amazing in that game. He's played 2 good games for Arsenal, and that screamer, I was like, how? I was like, I never seen him do that before, and I was like, wow, I'm impressed that Jorginho was doing his passes and all this kind of stuff, and I was disbelief. I was like, wow, maybe this is a turnaround for him. Maybe he is a decent. He can do good things, but he can do bad things as well. I think every player can do that, but
I mean, you don't expect 100% from a player all the time. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah.
So I thought he was good, very good.
Isamana said a screamer in 5 years. Lil, get real. It was an own goal. You don't want to take that credit away from Jorginho. I'm not letting anyone take that credit away from Jorginho. Shocking result by you guys yesterday. Absolutely was a shocking result. No one was expecting that, and we will get into that nitty gritty of that game yesterday. Yes, we will get into that and why Chelsea played poorly. Hams is going to take us through why Chelsea plays poorly, and then you guys in the chat can also take us through why you think Chelsea played that bad against Southampton yesterday, because I see it to be a very huge lose or loss to Chelsea because of where Southampton are on the league log. So that is how I see things. So yes, shocking results. My brother said Guna says, no, bro, not today. At the gym now, and we'll be here for a few more hours. Absolutely, wake up, bro, wake up. Let your blood circulate through very well. Your all over your body, and that's so. Guna said, Jorginho, absolutely, Jorginho. This man of the match, I'm sure that's what you said. One screamer in 5 years, Lil, get real. It was an own goal. Well, what I would say, I know if you think it's an own goal, let Chelsea players have the same strike, and then we can have a different conversation. Who can strike that ball like Jorginho did in our current team? How many of these players can strike the ball to that level? Well, let me know. if you have any of them, even any of them are trying, if someone is trying to strike the ball from that distance to get into to hit the target, there we go. So AC Manos, I know what you're saying. Okay, Hans, in your opinion, what went wrong? What do you think Chelsea did wrong in the game? Tell me, Hans.
Well, first off, um, I would like to say that I would say the lineup was very odd. Uh, I think like he made changes, like he changed players, and I think players was coming back. We didn't have we had players coming back, and I felt like
Okay.
we should have played them, and we made too many changes, which have really affected. It was very strange because we had that good performance against Dortmund, even though we
Okay.
lost, but we create chances. But in this game, we didn't look threatening. It looked like Southampton was the better team overall. It looked like they deserved something in the game. I think what really makes me angry is that there was no enough passion, no fight. It looked like we 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 looked like a relegation. We looked like the relegation side, and Southampton looked like uh, the top side. And it's unacceptable for me. And I felt like um, there was it doesn't there was no like clear instructions because I've seen Mount uh, played in the post nine. I've seen uh, all these things, and it just looked odd. It looked weird for me. Uh, I, like because Mount played left wing, right, and obviously Mount hasn't been in good form, and
Okay.
left wing he can't play winger, and that's a fact. And I believe that he's plays out of position or he's doing some stuff that is not clear,
Okay.
and that's what I believe. I believe that that's also played a part.
All right, so Hamza said Mount found himself in a position that is not usual for him. So we're gonna look at that Mount position. We got 241 of us watching the stream. We should be able to make it up to 200 or two over 200 likes at this moment. So we're going through Chelsea's game on Saturday, and then this is if you're joining us now, just remember table of contents of the day is Graham Potter under pressure. Is he really under pressure, or do we think Potter is the right guy to take Chelsea through the rest of the season? And can Chelsea survive? Can Chelsea survive? Graham Potter under pressure. Kepa Arrizabalaga after the game. Igola Kante is injury update, also transfer contract update. Luis Hall new contract updates. Luis. And also, we're going to talk about Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Gallagher, also to Newcastle United. Marcus Rashford on top of his game. He's on top form at this moment. Axon Price. What is Marcus Rashford? Axon Price. Nathan Aki contract updates. Amadou Onana to Chelsea. You know, Amadou Onana, another good player. Man City drop points again. So this is things that we'll be talking about. And we got over 239 people watching the stream at this moment. Do not forget, if you're first time joining Blue Clouds Media on this platform, do not hesitate to put a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this platform as the channel keep growing big time. 240 people at this moment. So yeah, Gunnar, let me read a little bit of the comments whilst I get into the topics again. Gunnar said positional play system we have is gonna suit Jorginho way more than the way Chelsea currently is playing. I agree with you, my brother. Says it hit it hit the keeper on the back of the head, but and then post don't even count as a shot in statistics. Kovacic versus Liverpool, and he went in. Well, you should give Jorginho that credit because he tried. Imagine if he hasn't tried, just like some of our players don't try. Eze Manos. Imagine Jorginho did not try to hit the ball. There's no way it was going to hit the crossbar, and then hit the back of the goalkeeper and go back in the goalpost. So we have to give him the credit for trying. That's what I'm trying to say. He tried and smacked the ball. He hit the ball very well. Hit the crossbar, hit the goalkeeper, and then they have a goal. So and that goal alone turned everything around for us now to be able to win all 3 points. So yes, credit to Jorginho and how he played. Ezemano's shot on target. Okay, Tuchel played Mount as a winger too. Absolutely. This is what we've been talking about over the years. Tuchel did the same thing Potter is doing now. We blame Tuchel for playing Mount as a left winger. Now Potter is doing the same thing. It looks like he never learned. He never learned from previous mistakes that Thomas Tuchel have done to this young player, and that is ruining his career. We point fingers at Thomas Tuchel and point fingers at Mason Mount for not playing well. But here we are again. Is Mount good on the left hand side? I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. Okay, maybe Potter knows better than me. We take it that way. Potter is going nowhere soon. Absolutely, Potter is going nowhere. I'm not saying Potter is going anywhere. Let's talk in 3 weeks. AC Manos, trust me. Let's see how things are going. Listen, wait until teams press him. I mean, they already know how Jorginho plays. So if teams are going to press him, they will press him because a lot of people know how Jorginho play. So, like I'm saying, if you're just watching us on the platform, you're just joining us, do not forget to like the video and also subscribe to the platform if you haven't. So, we'll move on. We move on from there. Hams, you want to say anything? You want to say in regards to the comments? And then we can talk more about the starting lineup. Who deserve to be in the starting lineup if there are other players that does not deserve to be in the starting lineup, Hams?
Yeah, the Mount position. I think I think I think that it's not just the man. I think it's the player itself not performing what is instructed. Also, like with Jorginho, I think I agree in a sense that he didn't play in a in a good role in Chelsea team. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we knew what he's good at. We knew he's not good at. I believe the Arsenal team is playing in a level that this season proves that they are looking good. And I felt like Jorginho is inspired is inspired to play players that are playing well for them, and that's also going to help his career to grow in the Premier League, like he has been there for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that I believe that Jorgi, when Arsenal bought Jorginho, I was very skeptical. I was like, why would you sign him? Because it came out of nowhere, and I realized why. I thought they're gonna sign Casado,
Right.
but
Obviously,
turned
there's
out,
a reason, right?
yeah, it turned out that Casado was not for sale. Brighton didn't want to sell him, and they went for Jorginho, which
Mhm.
I think Arteta wanted him at Man City. Pep wanted at Man City. It didn't happen, so he came to us. But I'm very impressed by him. But I just hope that with Mount and hopefully with Potter hopefully players get things right and Potter somehow fixes this issue for us as well.
Thank you very much. Just like Ham said, you know, the positioning thing, and it's what Mount is we're talking about here at this moment. So I'm gonna go through some of the comments and see what we have here and where I left the comments. Okay, Azimano said, listen, wait until teams start pressing him. Why would he learn from Tuchel mistakes unless Mount played left wing against Brighton? He didn't. All right. Ted to hit the like button. Thank you very much, Phantom of Mini Topic. I hope you're doing very, very well. Where you are. Okay, Phantom of Mini Topic said Mourinho. Why Mourinho, Phantom? Let me know
Oh,
where why you stated Mourinho's name over here, or why you have Mourinho's name in your content. Okay, smash the like button, people. We got 241. We should be able to get there. We will get there, inshallah. We will get there. Joshua Walls said Potter should try his talent elsewhere. Okay, that's someone's opinion. The opinions are always accepted. Like I said, if you don't think Potter is the right guy, yes, it's up to you and how you see things. As Emmanuel said, "Oh Lord, Kovacic and Kante played their backside of covering Jorginho. Fault else fault. Else, why they both getting injury? Well, injury you cannot. I can't really say much about the injury, but I don't think if they are covering the junior, that doesn't mean the junior doesn't play. The junior has got lots of minutes, and it doesn't mean he's lucky. Every player is lucky. You play safe, you play what you're supposed to play. Play it does his job right. That is why he doesn't get injured. So if someone comes and say, Kovacic and Kante covers Jorginho, that is why Jorginho never get injured. I disagree. I disagree with that one. If you have any statistics that covers that, then you can come and prove me wrong or right. So yeah, I disagree. If that's the reason why Jorginho doesn't get injured. Okay. Mr. Manuel said that. Oh Lord. Okay, I think I've read that one. I just read that one real quick
Yeah.
here. Hello to my brother niece Zion and Hams Master. Welcome to all. Welcome to all in the chat. Hoping everyone is having a blessed Sunday. Continue to hit that like button, people. Let's continue to hit that like button, guys. Mourinho wants to come back to Chelsea. I don't think the owners will receive him. I don't think the owners will receive him. I mean, a blessed Sunday. Yes, I get what you mean. That's why I read it for you. Jorginho has to shoot now as hot as not the number one penalty taker at Arsenal. Jorginho has to shoot now as not the number one penalty taker at Arsenal. Yep, he might not be, but then I'm sure he can do a better job than whoever is in the number nine position. So yes, guys, let's get it going. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. This is coming from Mo Chelsea. I think Mo Chelsea said Potter will be a good librarian. Or oh, call him professor. That is funny, brother. That is funny. Potter has a degree in psychology. So yes, let's show him some respect. He has a degree in psychology. They got injured having to overplay. You're really not getting the point. I never mentioned Jorginho getting injured. I know you didn't. I'm trying to emphasize on your comment. I'm trying to explain and then have a conversation in regards to your comment. I'm not saying you said Jorginho got injured. I'm saying that you're trying to say that those two players do more than Jorginho does. That could be the reason why Jorginho never get injured. And I understand. Jorginho is normal with Chelsea, so we move on. We're talking about the nice, the beautiful goal, the beautiful strike from Jorginho, which you were trying to take the credit away from him that it was an own goal. And I said, no, kudos to him. If you don't try, there's no way you can get goals. If you don't shoot on target, there's no way the ball can hit someone to end up in the back of the net. That is what I'm trying to say.
That's true.
Gino tried. He hit the ball. So someone's definitely going to make a mistake. And the ball ended in the back of the net. So I'm trying to give the Gino that credit. That's where I stand. So I hope you will understand that, what I'm trying to say here, Mr. Manos. So thank you very much. So yes, we were talking about the formation. What do you make of Jethro Fafana? I think he wasn't in the even if it was in form, he doesn't have the confidence to start the game. I didn't see that confidence in him to be playing this game. Hams, what do you make of that?
I felt like he hasn't been given like a chance to play, in my opinion. Like every time he's played, he's tried good things.
Mhm.
But I just believe that he was we wanted to see him to play. We didn't want to have it up front because when he starts, he's not good enough. I don't see anything from Havertz. But Fofana, he tried his best. I felt like his hold up play was pretty decent. He was physically good, I would say. So I'd say he tried his best, which I give credit for. If you don't try, then what's the point being here? Well, I give credit for trying.
Okay.
I think
Thank you.
based on
Go
game
ahead.
time, I think based on game time,
Mhm.
I didn't expect him to be good. But if he had game time, then I expect him to be in a level. So and he's young, so I expect him to not to be not to be 100% at his best.
So, Hams, if I should say this, did you think that the number of changes that Graham Potter did to the Southampton game, did you think it was okay? Because I was thinking if a team has momentum, a team has that consistency, played very well, and we saw lots of positivities in the game against Borussia Dortmund. So I was expecting that Potter will carry the same team, even if he wants to make some changes, maybe at least one or two. But then the number of changes that he made, we know Badishia came in for. Badishia wasn't in that game because he wasn't registered to play in the Champions League game. Then we have Aspilicueta, who also was not also in there. Madueke, who was not in there. Benchua, I think Benchua played. So lots of players did not start that game. So I think consistency. If I was the coach, I'll carry the same team and even make just two changes, so it doesn't distract the harmony of the team. What do you make of that? The number of changes that Potter did.
Well, I believe that Potter. I think Potter is just choosing when to play these players. Like for example, like I heard him say like there's no injuries. We're trying to rest players that came back from injuries, and I felt like he wanted to rest players for the Champions League second leg deficit against Dortmund. So I felt like he's aiming for that game or like other games that are coming up. I believe it's the wrong decision because uh, we 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 are in a place that we should not be, and I believe that we're in a position that we need to fix, and we need players like Reece James, Silva. We need these players because they're very important to us to help us to get out of this crisis or what do you call it, the bad form. So that was a strange decision to me, and I felt like he should he should play that
Yeah.
play his strongest team because we have one another a week to rest them for rest for Tottenham game. So we because we out of every cup competition, there's no reason why we should rest players because it doesn't make sense for me. And I felt like we we should. I understand like Ben Chilwell, or I understand if you're resting all these players we have injured, but there's no excuses. I think we're out of every competition, so there's no excuses for me for that.
All right, thank you very much. Hams said, yeah, the number of changes he did not really like. The number of too many changes distracted the chemistry of the team because every day you see new players that have starting 11 that have never played before. There's no starting 11 that Graham Potter have put on the pitch that have played two consecutive games. It's always new players, and I understand that there are players that are coming from injuries, and he's trying to integrate them is well understood. But from that number of changes he made from the Borussia Dortmund game, that I feel there was a huge mistake from Graham Potter. Kim So says, sack him now. Sack him now. That's from Kim So. Sack him at this moment. Guys, we got 254 watching live at this moment. So if you are joining us, you just join us. Do not forget to put a like on the video. We only at around 37 likes. We should get better. We should get over 100 likes on the video. So yeah, I want to say thank you very much, and everyone that has tuned in the show today. Really appreciate it. We're gonna move on from there. Kim so said Jorginho can shoot now. Absolutely, that's the question. It depends on what the coach tells him to do. Jorginho shoot or Jorginho just play in the pivot. Jorginho, are you supposed to be giving just 2 yard pass or 3 yard pass? It all has to do on instructions from the coaches. So maybe we don't know. Ateta is telling him to shoot more. So that is where we stand at this moment. So Nicholas Thomas, big up to you. Nicholas Thomas. Nicholas said it will not work out with Potter. The record shows that managers do not change Chelsea around, not change Chelsea around in a disaster state. The manager has to change, and it gets better. I know he's been proven. There's lots of statistics that backs that comment. Like anytime you change a coach at Chelsea, the team goes on and do better. So yes, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. So I'm gonna move on from that. Kim So said Potter can't do it. That is from King So. We have to win the UCL this season. Coming from King So. King So when has too many changes, and we need proper center forward. Coming from Smith, Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith had a long name. It's a long name. Says Smith said too many changes, and we need a proper center forward. Absolutely, I understand. That makes a lot of sense. If we need a proper center forward, we need to sack Potter. Please do, please, please. Today we need to sack Potter. Please, today. I hope they can do that. That would be amazing. That would be amazing if they can sack Potter today. But Potter is not going anywhere. Chat. Chidi Okechukwu. I'm sure that's the name. I said it right. Chidi, big up to you. Chidi Okechukwu. He said I need the Potter need to be sacked right now. I doubt they will do that, my brother, because he's got the support from Todd Bowley and everyone there. So I don't think Potter is going anywhere, my brother. Potter ain't going nowhere for now. But then let's hang on to hope and make sure. Let's just pray. Let's support Potter so he can take the team to a different level. Let's support Mr. Potter. Aubameyang. Kim So said Aubameyang is a center forward. Is he center forward? I'm sure that's what Kim So is
Yeah.
trying to say. Sakim coming from Kim So. Thank you everyone that has joined us here. And we were discussing lots of things in terms of the game yesterday. Graham Potter, Kepa Balaga after the game. What he said after the game. Igola Kante injury update, transfer and contract updates. And also, if you talk about transfer and contract updates, we were talking about Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall new contract update. Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Gallagher having a link with Newcastle United. Marcus Rashford asking price. Nathan Aki contract update. Amadou Onana to Chelsea, and also Man City drop points in the title race. Where do we see and how is it going to go in terms of the title race? Imagine Potter wins us the UCL.
I'll be shocked.
Yeah, imagine if Potter wins the UCL. That would be shaky, man. Now, everyone that I've criticized Potter will have to give his mojo back. You have to apologize to Potter and how we. I mean, I wouldn't fault anyone criticizing Potter because they're criticizing him right in terms of what they see. They see they have been injury players coming from injury, players, new players, 9 players coming in January transfer window alone. So I will understand if some are criticizing him, and because yesterday game is uncalled for. You expect Chelsea to win. Look at where Southampton are on the league log. Look at where they are, and Chelsea couldn't win that game. So I don't blame people that really criticize Potter. He deserves criticism, and we have to give it to him. So I'm gonna go on to the Hams. Do you want to say anything before I move on to the next topic?
Yeah, I believe that no, I agree that Potter should go, but I'm afraid he's not going to go because the board doesn't want to look like fools because they spent all that money for him.
Hams, get close to your microphone a little bit. Your voice sound down. Thank you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Now. Yeah, go ahead.
I say yeah, I would sack him, but at the same time, he's not going to get sacked because of the board. They'll make themselves look like fools because they spent all that money for him and they put all the trust on him, and they felt like they failed. So they don't want to fail. They want this project to work, and that's why they're not going to sack him. And I felt like I understand, but decisions have to be made immediately. But I hope things turn around, and I hope things go well for us uh, in the coming games.
Okay. So we're gonna look at what Potter said after the game. Says Chelsea spent 356 million in transfer window, defeat to Southampton, who are bottom of the table. Like I said, that is very, very uncalled for. That is very, very uncalled for. It's not pleasant from a team like Chelsea losing to the bottom team, Southampton. Okay. So this is Chelsea in the last 8 games. We're gonna look at this. Chelsea in the last 8 games, 5 losses, 4 draws, 1 victory. That is not good. In terms of 10 games, we've lost 5 times. Chelsea have drawn 4 games and win only one. That is not good performance for the whole team, in which include Graham Potter.
That's relegation form to me. That's relegation form. Have to be honest.
Yeah.
If you're winning one game out of is it 10? How many? 10, 8, 8, right?
Yeah.
Then yeah, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. There's questions need to be asked about the players and including the manager itself about that form.
Okay. Kepa Arrizabalaga after the game. This is what Kepa also have to say. Kepa said everything is going against us right now at this moment. It is true. When the pressure start building up, you players, strikers, especially defenders, everyone panic. You know, it's like they've done everything right, but nothing goes in the back of the net. We don't know. Probably the upcoming Champions League fixture might change the whole momentum. That's what I believe at this moment. Upcoming Champions League fixture might change everything. So Mr. Manos said it's unbelievable, all those injuries and numerous new players to blend in and integrate and gel. How was Felix getting sent off and then missing 3 games is Potter's fault? I'm not saying I did not say that. Probably someone said that in the chat. I'm not sure. I did not say that at all because yeah, Felix, it was all Felix got carried away from his performance. Kennedy, Keticia, Kennedy, I hope you're doing very well. If you're just joining us, Kennedy, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and also subscribe. Keep the bell notification icon active so when I go live and upload any video, you wouldn't miss anything from this platform. So yeah, keep everything active. I agree, Potter should be sacked, but his replacement should not be Jose Mourinho because this is different Chelsea that needs the likes of Zinedine Zidane that might take. You don't want Zinedine Zidane either, Kennedy. You don't want
No,
Zidane. Zidane hasn't done nothing. Zidane took a Real Madrid team that has everything. The team was ready. The team was ready. He has so many experienced players that are hungry for success. That was a team Zidane take. So if you don't agree with me, wait until Zidane moves to another team and see if Zidane is really your guy and see his performance. How if he can bring new players out and how he can train players. So just wait a minute. Let's see Zidane go. You don't want Zidane at Chelsea at this moment because he's not really proving, in my opinion, he hasn't really proven to me. It's not just me. Lots of people,
yeah,
pundit experts will tell you Zidane took a Real Madrid team that was ready to be successful. So
I believe Zidane might go for international job. I just believe they might go for the France job. I
what was
agree.
that?
I think Zidane might go for an international job, like the France job. That's what I think, or like something like that he's aiming for. And also, like I agree, like in a sense, like Zidane took a already made Real Madrid team and won things for them. I mean, I'm not. I mean, trophy is good, but we haven't seen Zidane dealing with a pressure like a team is built or something like that in that kind of sense. So no, Zidane's not the guy.
Okay. Yeah, Zidane is waiting for the French job, but it looks like the French national team will stick to Didier Deschamps. His contract will be extended. So Zidane, it will take a long time before Zidane can get to the French national team. He's just waiting for Deschamps to be sacked, and then he'll take over the job. But I don't see Didier Deschamps being sacked. It's going to be difficult. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna move on from there. Okay, I agree. Potter should be sacked, but his replacement shouldn't be designed. So losing 2-1 at Southampton, with only Kante out, was um okay. So losing 2-1 at Southampton with only Kante. I think you're talking about the previous game. You're talking about the previous game. I'm not so sure because the game was just 1-0, isn't it? So losing 2-1 at Southampton. Okay, at Southampton, we lost 2-1. Only Kante was out at that moment. So Potter. If you're saying it was only Kante that was out in that game, so that means that what does it mean? Potter is still not using these players very well. Is that what it means? Okay. Bolly and the rest of the board have not changed their mind on Potter. In the week of the Southampton lose, they will support Potter, who has 4.5 years left on his contract through this tricky time. Yes, I know very, very well. But then there's no way we can have a show and not talk about Potter out. There's no way we can do that. So the stream we're gonna be streaming for an hour and a half, and then so okay, we're gonna move on from there. We're going to the next topic. Mr. Manos said that Zinedine Zidane, Leo, he only manages experienced players. Do you people understand the project he is waiting for Juve? I said now that's what he said. Easy Manos said, "Oh, just sent a link." Okay, I get what Mr. Manos is trying to say. Zidane is better than Potter, said Kim So. With the UCL, then sack Potter. Says win the UCL, then sack Potter. Zidane is proving 3 Champions League. I understand, but there you don't understand. I know Kim So. Zidane has won 3 UCL Champions League and La Liga, but he only managed inexperienced players. Our players are not experienced, so how can Zidane do it? That is the question. They don't have the experience. Lots of them have new players, haven't won anything. Some have won Champions League, some have left. Not all of them. Jorginho was one of them that have won the Champions League. They're out at this moment. So Zidane manages experienced players, but our team don't have that much of experience. You got to look at it that way. Okay. Zidane has no desire to manage in the Premier League, said Blue Blood. Thank you very much, Blue Blood. The Shams extended until 2024. The Shams has already had a new contract. Thank you very much, Mr. Manos. And also sack him already. I think that's what he wants to say from Blue Blood. I mean, Kim So. Kim So sack the said again, sack the BE. Also, Eze Manos says Jesus need Tuchel was in charge at Southampton. I'm not so sure what you're stressing about, Mr. Manos. Don't stress. Don't stress. I'm trying to think back and also think the present at this moment. You're talking about Tuchel that took Southampton that took over Chelsea at Southampton away. I understand, but then I got too much going on here. I'm trying to process. I don't have a computer memory. So when you were talking about away game, you know, away. I know Tuchel was being sacked before. Potter took over. So if I've forgotten who was in charge in the away game against Southampton, it's okay. You can remind me, but don't stress out and say Jesus because that sounds like you're being stressed out. Like I can't get it. Please have patience, please. Chelsea need to take the job at Chelsea.
Why not?
Why not? If I can, if I can be as a Zidane, manage experienced players, and I can manage them. If I know formation that I want to play, I know how to, work in terms of their mindset, because I can psych people out, to get a game going. I can do that. And
What's
if
your
you guys are expecting me to do what Ateta did on the dugout or on the touchline, I can do the same thing. If you're not expecting that from Potter, Potter is not doing it. I'm your guy, man. I can be yelling all day, all day long.
what's
Yeah,
your favorite what's your favorite formation in football?
my
Like
formation.
your favorite formation?
I like the three at the back. I like the three at the back.
Really?
Yeah, I
Wow.
like three at the back. Sometimes it depends on how you want to play. I like four and the three at the back. Depend. It depends, man. It depends. Four at the back is very. I mean, four at the back is the best. But when you have a team that don't know each other very well, I'll take the three at the back to be safe a little bit until you find your best formation. But I'll go with the four at the back if I have my team playing very well. Mr. Patrick said that good evening. Good evening. He said, "Good evening, brother. Pardon my lateness is greatness as they will say. So, big up to you, Mr. Patrick. Young, Koulibaly, Silva, Kovacic, Mendy are all experienced players. But how many of them? You're talking about one, two, three, four, five. Five of them, but the whole call of the team has new players and also players that are coming from injury. Players that are coming from injury. So let's get it. Let's get it that way. Okay. So that's just by the way. I'll read some more of the comments and I'm gonna let Hans if he has any reaction in terms of the comments here. Okay. Mo Chelsea, big up to you, Mo. It says Potter was on a 1.5 mil a year. Brighton has on 12 million 5-year contract. He's hit the lottery and doesn't care. Coming from Mo Chelsea, I like that comment. Big up family, like everyone. Let's support the channel, please. Let's support. Big up. Thank you very much, my big brother, Miss Prince. Let's support the channel. Beginning, I don't know what happened, but it looks like I was trending right from the beginning. I had 200 and something that were viewing the platform, and that was crazy. That was madness. That was madness. And then I dropped down to 50, then to 20. That was madness. I hope the numbers can come back again. It will be lovely. It will be lovely to see that number. But big up to you, the Prince, my brother. No, so guys, not forget to like the video. 40 likes. 40 likes. Let's get it to 50. We can get it. Let's get it to 50, guys. Let's try. Let's try and get it to 50. Let's try and get it to 50. Big up, family, said Mr. Prince. Bring S. Manos on the stream. I will get S. Manos on the stream. If it's ready, 40 likes, let's get it to 50, said Patrick. I'm not stressing. It was one of our first away games. Yes, it's not. I couldn't recall it. I couldn't recall it, Mr. Manos. You sending it or not? Yeah, I will send it, Mr. Manos. I will send it real quick. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Like the Tuchel system. Yes. I like the Tuchel system, and I like the what's it called? Antonio Conte system. Only if the players can play to his style. Three at the back is the best formation for this squad. This DC absolutely. Potter wants to get a sack. To get sacked. His press conference. He refers to Chelsea as they also he knows he's getting 60 million retirement set for life. That's big money for Potter. Need like 5-5-5 formation, and we have the players to fill those positions. 5-5-5. Funny blue blood 5-5-5 position. Prince said, please, what is the next for Chelsea? If it seems things are just getting worse every day. Potter doesn't help himself out of his predicament. That's what Mr. Prince was saying. Charlie said, we need Tuchel back. I don't think that. I mean, I would love to see Tuchel back, but I don't see Tuchel coming back. In my opinion, I don't see him come because the same people fired him, and they will look stupid if they bring Tuchel back. Let's take it that way. We need Thomas Tuchel back. Potter is a good man. Back him, Chelsea fans. Let's back Potter for he is what we have now. You don't spell Tuchel currently as a Manos. Oh, who is saying that?
The other
Is it,
the other comment that you read.
from the comment.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, this is not grammar school. We're not having a grammar school over here. We're not in the high school, middle school, elementary, or the college. Whatever you type in there, I'll read it. What about the 4-4-3? 4-4-3. That's Bolly suggested. Oh, that's funny.
I
That's
remember.
funny. All right, Hams. Take it over. If you have any react, and then once I do something real quick, Hams.
No worries.
The formations and then some of these. What do you make of Maduiki in the starting lineup. What do you make of his performance yesterday? And also, yeah, some of the formation. What do you make of those?
So I think Madueke, he tried his best, but I felt like he wasn't at the best for many other games that we had. But he's only young, so I'll give him the time because he just came.
Yeah,
But the issue is, I think that the wingers do not get the ball in the box, and that's irritating. Every time they try to do some skills, trying to take the man on. I know take on like a crowd of men, which if you're trying to take on a crowd of players, you have to. There's no way. There's 99% you're not gonna get past them or like
yeah.
dribble past them. So the best thing to do is find an option, find space, trying to pass it to outlet, uh, like there's many options you can go. Pass it to the midfield. You don't have to pass to the backwards. You can pass across to another um, uh, fullback, whoever's there. But I just think that Madueke will learn, and eventually he will get better. As he seems like a talented player in my book. Um, as for giving, Gunnar said, giving Potter time. It's at the moment we try to have some positivity.
Yeah.
Um, it's just very difficult to give someone time when they lost, when they haven't won many games. They only won like 2 out of 8, or God knows how many games he's won. It's just not good enough. And we are Chelsea Football Club. We just want. I get we can lose games. We can lose it. We just want to see progress. Like we want to see like something going on. Like
Mhm.
under Lampard, we we knew the style, but it wasn't sustainable. We've seen like Cross, inshallah. At least we know what he's doing. With Potter, we just don't know. I'm willing to see what's he gonna do. We're gonna have to support him since he's not getting sacked. So it's actually very difficult to defend him when results are going like this, in my opinion.
Okay, thank you very much, Hams. I'm trying to get some stuff done. I'm still not getting it. Yes, we saw consistency, a little bit of consistency with under Frank Lampard, but then still did not go well with Frank Lampard. So thank you very much, Mr. Hams. Um, Mr. Patrick said that our owners are clueless. May they are. If you want someone back, at least spell his name properly. But that's funny. Ziyech gets the ball in the box, and then there's no one there. I'm sure that's what Mr. Manos is going to say.
Uh,
Ziyech get the ball in the box, there's no one there. Nice to see Aspilicueta looking well at the hospital. Yeah, I knew Aspi was okay even before they took him to the hospital. I knew he was gonna be all right because whatever has been felt, I've felt it before, but it wasn't from the boot, it was from the arm. It was from the arm, and then the pressure coming from the chin, the jaw is pretty much the same pressure, being hit with the ball. So I know he'll be out. Yeah, he was out, but then after like a minute or two, you gain your consciousness and everything comes back again. So yes, Ruben, big up to you. I think Ruben is the. Thank you very much for being on the platform. If you haven't subscribed to Blue Clouds Media on YouTube, do us a favor, subscribe to the platform. Also like the video. We got lots of new members today. Lots of new members, people that I haven't seen before, but they support Chelsea Football Club. I think Tuchel or Zidane would have been a perfect manager. However, Potter is here to stay at least till the end of the season, as board as the board is still backing him and making excuses for him. Yes, they will make the excuses. There's nothing we can do, but we as fans have to support Graham Potter and trust in the process till the end of the season. Patrick said Potter best win rate is 51%, and there was at Sweden. Okay, you mean if his winning rate was 51% at Sweden? Well, his winning rate was I think a 38% ratio at Brighton. So as of now at Chelsea, I don't think he has any good winning rate at all. His percentage is not good right now, but we know it's early stages yet. He's still fighting very well to see where Chelsea will find himself by the end of the season. Okay, got to compare Potter to Ateta. Mikel was a shamble in his first two seasons, but now he is fantastic. Potter will become good. He proved it at Brighton. As yeah, but you gotta know. Remember the Brighton players are way different from the Chelsea players. It will come with time. With time, he'll get to know how to use his players very very well. And I know Hams has something that Hams will have to say something about it. His win rate was 34% at Brighton, and under 40% at Chelsea. This is not Chelsea level. Absolutely, this is not Chelsea level. He won the FA Cup. That brought him a lot of time, but let's be real. None of you rated Arteta before. Absolutely, none of us, because we know he hasn't coached any team before. He was coming as assistant coach from Manchester City, so we didn't know what to expect from Potter. I mean, Arteta going to Arsenal. So a lot of he also received lots of criticism from football pundits and even me myself before he went to Arsenal Football Club. So good job, Ateta. Mr. Azeman said Patrick he got 3 promotion in Sweden and won the cup with a team of part time. Okay. Potter was unreal in Sweden. Took this Ostersund from the fourth division to the Europa League. He even beat us at the Emirates with that team in the UAL. Unreal, absolutely, absolutely. Potter can manage an average team. We're talking about the Eagles. He hasn't proven it yet. But then if he can prove that he can manage those big players with egos, the likes of Koulibaly, the likes of Raheem Sterling, Thiago Silva, and all those people, to make them start playing very very well, then we can have a different conversation over here. But as of now, I support Potter. Brentford, coming from my brother Chidi. He said Brentford won it in like 5 months, but that wasn't his Arsenal squad. He came for since he came far since then. However, TT got us into 6 finals, won 3 of them, lost 2, and on penalties. If it wasn't even his Chelsea squad. There you go. Stop comparing Ateta with Potter. Coming from Kim So.
Yeah.
Spot on. Ateta stole the FA Cup. Chidi, if Tony doesn't get banned for years and doesn't go to prison, who's that? Tony.
Ivan Tony, the
Ivan
Beckett.
Tony, yeah, Ivan Tony. I know he's been heavily linked with Chelsea, but I don't see that happening. Gambling rules. I watch Potter succeed as. I want Potter to. I wish Potter succeed as a Chelsea manager, but his team selection and substitution always poor, and it's very obvious that the team lacked identity, plan structure. Oh, I love these comments from my brother. I love this comment, Prince. I love this comment. Stop listening to Aguna Ni. Guna is laughing over here. Potter, my manager. Potter has done wonders in Sweden, taking fifth division team to the Europa and beating us now. I think with the Swedish team. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Okay, yeah, I'll get that for you. Hams, you want to react to any of the comments?
Yeah, the thing is, what Gunnar said about Arteta and Potter, I think it's a very different project. Like I like the both Todd and the consortiums. They really want Potter. They really want it as a project. Like they mentioned, Arteta. I believe is a different scenario. Like I don't believe like Arteta spent like 300 million on his first window, and he dealt
Yeah.
with players like we have now. He had a squad. Uh, Majority of them are probably Emery's reign or probably similar that he had to dealt with. Uh, Not the best quality, but Arteta. I pretty much knew what Arteta was doing. He was playing very pragmatic in his first season. In his second season, he got the Deadwood out, and the third season he played attacking football. So he kind of got the assistant role as he learned from Pep
Mhm.
in a sense that like he got some like I know it's not the good experience because he didn't manage properly. He just became assistant, but
Yeah.
he definitely learned something from Pep becoming assistant for Manchester City. So it's very hard to compare because Potter he came from Osterden's
Mhm.
Brighton. These kind of clubs are not Chelsea. They're not big level clubs. So this is where I question Potter. Like, was he really the right guy to begin with to hire? Because he doesn't have some sort of leverage or profile or something to help him to with this kind of job, in my opinion. So I don't see that so far. But hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
All right. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Coming from Hams Master, over here. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from there. Stop. I haven't forgotten you. I'm trying to find the stuff over here. So bear with me, stuff. Bear with me. Okay, so we're gonna move on in the rest of the content that we have here. N'Golo Conte did his first in terms of his injury situations and stuff like that. N'Golo Conte did his first couple of days out training on his own, but there is still a long way to have Igola Conte back. So the the injury update in regards to Igola Conte, he's been training on his own, and then we're gonna move on for transfer updates and stuff like that. Transfer and contract update. Luis Hall new contract, guys. As per backing talk.com, Chelsea could offer Luis Hall a new contract after the defender um, ripped Rice in his first team. So, what do you make? What do you guys make of this, Hams? Luis Hall, does he deserve a new contract?
I think so because I think he's shown positives and negatives in this game. I think he's still young. Um,
Yeah, I
it's
mean
very
his preferred position is in the midfield, but he always found himself playing on the left back position, and he plays better in the left back. So, do you think Potter should groom him and make him better on the left side, or put him in the midfield? What do you make of that?
I just think that I really think he should give him a chance in the left back position. I believe we have too many midfielders. I don't think he'll get in my opinion. Because we have Kovacic, Kante,
Mhm.
Enzo, we have Gallagher, Mount, Zakaria. We have too many midfielders. I don't think he'll get in. And
Okay.
I think the left side is his best opportunity and his best bet, in my opinion. Maybe I would. Uh, initially, before I'll probably say loan, but at the moment, why not give him a contract, give him a go? Because Cucurella, he is
Yeah.
performing. Chilwell, he still has he still has problems with injury, and he's still trying to get back into shape.
Mhm.
I think why not give Lewis Hall the contract and give him a chance, in my opinion.
All right, just like what I was saying, the midfield we got too many midfielders and too many players playing the midfield. So for a young player like him, and he's been also very consistent and played very well. The only thing that Luis Hall need is finishing. He need a manager that can support him, and a manager that can teach him how to finish. The channel is trending badly. It's trending badly. We've now moved on to 131 views at this moment. If you're just joining us, join on this platform. Do not forget to like the video and also subscribe. Subscribe to Blue Clouds Media Sports if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel. We've got 131 people viewing the channel again. So yeah, thank you very much for everyone that has been part of the show. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from Luis Hall. I think I don't know what you guys think, guys. Luis Hall, do you think that it'll be nice if Porter can mold him and turn him and make him a left back instead of putting him in the middle because the midfield is choked and he doesn't really perform very well in the midfield. And we've seen him perform very very well as the left wing, left back position. He can defend, he can do almost everything. Big up to you for what I think for well, right? Nehemiah Farwell, I'm sure that's the name. Big up to you. It's nice to see you, new people. Guys, we're trending. We're trending. 131 people live on the stream. 131 people live on the platform. So yes, if you just join us on Blue Clouds Media, we talk about association football and we talk a lot on Chelsea also. So yeah, big up to you. Big up to you, Nehemiah. Nehemiah, my brother. Hope you're doing well. So yes, let's move on. Let's move on from there. I'm trying very, very hard. Stabby, trying very hard. When I type your name, it doesn't bring it up. So message me, Stav, if you're watching. Message me when the message pop up. It probably will be easy for me to do it this way, so I can concentrate on the stream. So Stav, if you're there, message me, and then the link will come over to you.
You send the link out in the stream.
All right, I'm gonna do this. I will send the link out. I'll send the link out today, and when you come on, you get into you be behind you be in the backstage. When you get there, turn your camera on. Let me see who you are before I let you in. I want to see that before I let you in. So if you're, I'll send a link out there. That'll probably make it easy for everyone. So when you come in, you can have your say in regards to what went on in the game and how you saw it. So when you come in, please turn your camera on. Let me see who you are before I let you in. The link is there live for everyone to join if you are free. So where was I? Yeah, our owners are clueless. I read that one. Mr. Manon said if you want someone back at least spell his name very well. I've read that one. I've read Aspilicueta messages Potter best win ratio. I've read that one. I've read this one too. Welcome to the stream, Stav. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, good evening. A bit late sending that link though, weren't you? Like my secret's out. Like F.A. Manos is Stav. I may as well admit it because Nee said my name about 5 times. So yeah, I'm F.A. Manos. Okay, let's move on. Nee, you dropped a clanger, mate, more than one. No point me pretending, is there?
I got carried away then. I got carried away. I'm sorry about that.
Stop. I'll send it to you in a minute. Stop.
No, but you let the cat out. You let the cat out because no one knows what's going on. Because I talked to people behind the scenes, so no one knows what is going on. No one knows. I was referring to the chat. Stop.
No, listen.
Okay.
All right. You said stop instead of S.A. Manos. You let the cat out the bag. Don't pass the book. Right, let's get on with it. All
right. Saying the players didn't have a preseason. That is coming from Ruben. Big up to you, Ruben. I hope you're doing very, very well. His win ratio 34. I think I've read that one. If I miss anything, guys, draw my attention so I can read it. He won the FA Cup. That brought him a lot of. Okay, I've read that one too. I think I've read a lot of these messages. Yes, Arsenal did stick with Arteta when many fans were demanding that he should be sacked. Coming from Blue Blood, S.A. Manos Patrick Batman. He got 3 promotion in Sweden and won the cup with a team of. I think I've read that one too. So which one did I read? Center forward to bring to Tony. Okay, yeah, we did. I think we're up to. Ivan, Tony, I read all this. Kim, so stop comparing. I read all this.
Right, can I actually say something now?
Yeah. Go ahead and say something. What's your reaction, Mr.
Okay, right. Listen.
Yes.
Potter made a mistake yesterday. Right, he made too many changes. Right. But the last time Reece James got injured, everybody was attacking Potter, saying why did he play him? So that's obviously in the back of his mind, right? He also has this. He also has it in the back of his mind that he has to give these young guys a chance, right? Everybody wanted Tatro Fofana. They got him. Everybody wanted Maduka instead of Ziyech. You got him, right? What happened? Madueke again didn't track back, right?
Yep.
And that's Billaqueta made a stupid tackle out of desperation, gave the free kick away, and we lost. Did they do anything, right, apart from that free kick, which would have won them the game? And we lost away to them under Tuchel. And there's a comment there saying that most of the points we have now were under Tuchel. Tuchel lost 2 games, right, against the bottom 2 teams at that time. If he'd have won those 2 games, he'd probably still be in a job. We'd have 6 points more, right? But he didn't, did he? So that's 1 point, right?
Okay.
Lewis Hall is one of the reasons, right, that Potter was brought in. Same with Chukwuemeka, same with Hutchinson, right, and same with all the new signings. It's not going to happen overnight that he can bring back the injured players, right, without re-injuring them, and put in the new players and get them to gel overnight. In my opinion, right, the Madueke, right, Thatcher Fafana, and for a couple of games, maybe even what's his name? I've got a mental block now. Blondie on the left. Blondie on the left. Huh?
The
Oh, the one on the left.
Mudrick.
Modric. Yeah,
Right.
Modric. Hello,
Yeah.
Modric. Yeah.
Those 3 would be best served, and they're eligible, right, to play in the under-23 EPL2 team. Get them together as a unit, right, of 3, 2 wingers and a striker, right, in the under-23s. Get them playing together, build an understanding. That's what you used to do in the old days with the old reserve league, right? Slanina and Hutchinson played in that team today, right? Slanina's playing for the under-23s. So do the same thing with those 3. We've got enough players to go without those 3 for a couple of games and build an understanding, right? So, but people need to realise this was never going to happen overnight. He was brought in for these new signings, right? For Lewis Hall, for people like Charlie Webster, Chukwuemeka, Cassidy, right, and Hutchinson. That's why he was brought in. People are just ignoring, right? Let's get the statistics out quickly, and let's get it right. 17 of the 24, and we only had the 24-man squad, right? 17 of them, right, had suffered injuries from October onwards.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, and they're not going to just come straight back in, right? And that's why he was careful with Chilwell, and he was careful with Reece James, right? And he's been careful with Zakaria, because I suspect that Zakaria may have played had he not just come back from injury, right? And Fofana had to go on because Koulibaly was absolute garbage yesterday, and he had to make that change, right? And now, there you go, another game. Aspilicueta gets injured. 2 or 3 weeks ago, Sterling got injured, right? As regards my comments, I never said you said, but if you sign somebody, right, like Felix, right, and the game's 1-1, and he goes in all rash and commits a foul, right, and gets sent off, and you go down to
That's
10
his
men.
first game. You're talking about his first game.
Yeah, and you go down to 10 men, right? If he stayed on that pitch, we would have won that game, believe me, right? So then he misses 3 games, so he's without Felix for 3 games. Now Felix is back. He's got to put Felix back in and try and integrate him back in, because Felix only lasted, 50, 60 minutes the first game, right?
Yeah.
People need to use their brains slightly, right, and realise that it's not that easy, right? And just get used to it, because the project is to build a team, right, that's going to last a long time. Not for tomorrow to win a trophy and then sack him again and then start offloading players again, right? Okay. Signing people on 7, 8 year contracts isn't just about FFP. It's about keeping them long term, right? And if they're good, they can't get away from you, right? Because they have contracts, right? So it's not just about FFP. People need to stop, think, right, and stop throwing wobblies just because we're losing games, right? Apart from that free kick yesterday, Southampton did nothing, nothing, and they were the ones clearing the ball off the line, right?
But what did
Let's get.
Chelsea do? What did Chelsea do, Staff? What did Chelsea do to win the
They
game?
created hang on. They created 17 chances, 5 on target, which the players missed. That's what they did.
Well,
They didn't create seven.
look.
They didn't create
Stop.
17.
Stop. I understand what you're saying.
No,
Southampton
you
did not
don't. You
do
obviously
anything.
don't.
But they went home with what matters in football: 3 points. Southampton did not do anything. So I prefer if Chelsea did not do anything, but then win the 3 points. That's what I prefer. If Chelsea did not win anything
No.
and go home with a 3 point stuff, go ahead.
Hang on now.
Yes,
If he sets the team up right and they create 17 chances, right, and the players waste the chances, how is that Potter's fault?
No, I'm not blaming Potter. I'm not blaming Potter at this
You
moment.
are.
I'm blaming the
You
team.
are. No,
I'm blaming the whole
you all
team.
are. Indirectly, it always goes back to Potter. Right, there's players out there.
Potter doesn't play football. He teaches
Right,
them. He doesn't score.
Yeah, he shouldn't have picked Mount because he still needs a rest.
Yep.
Right? He probably couldn't have picked Sterling because he doesn't want to risk him straight away playing full games.
All right, stop 1 minute. Guys, do not forget, I will read the comments. I'll get back to the comment section below within a few seconds. I've seen a lot of people are joining the platform, new names that I've never seen before. But then you got a lot of you guys, Amber TV 19, all of you, and why I think Bakion, why Bakion? All of you, I'll take the time and read the comments as I go in. I want the panel to flow a little bit, and then I'll get into the comments. Guys, we can still make it to at least 100 likes. We still got 127 people watching the show at this moment. So let's beef up the like a little bit. Let's beef up the like when you come on the platform and you haven't subscribed or you haven't liked the video. Try as much as you can to like the video and also subscribe to the platform. Keep your bell notification icon active at all time. Bottom right corner below is right there. Just go to the bell and click on it and make sure you got everything ticked so you won't miss anything from this platform. We talk about association football and Chelsea news, transfer news, breaking news, and everything on this platform. So yeah, it's a platform that you want to help yourself into. You want to hook up to it, relax, and we'll take you through the rest of the journey. You know, we're talking about Graham Potter here at this moment. So staff, go ahead. Can you summarize?
Leave that comment on the screen where it is. Leave it where it is. Right?
I'll pin it and I'll bring it back. I'll pin it.
No, leave it there where it is. I'll answer it now, quickly.
No, hold on. Yeah, I'll leave it there. I mean, if I don't move on from the comments, I wouldn't know where I'm got to in terms of reading it. So, but I'll pin it for you. But summarize it. If you want to react to it, summarize it, and then we can move on from there, please. Just summarize it real quick, please.
Right. Ten Hag was employed by Manchester United whilst Tuchel was still the coach, right? So how could you employ Ten Hag without sacking Tuchel, right? Ten Hag won nothing in Holland, right, with Utrecht and his other clubs, right? It's only when he went to Ajax and it took him 2 seasons to win the league, right? So we couldn't have hired Ten Hag without sacking Tuchel anyway. Man United had already hired him. There you go.
Okay. This is news coming from Fabrizio Romano, tweeted earlier on today. That is about an hour ago. He said, Gladbach director, I think Vickers confirmed that Marcus Thuram will leave on a free. We have to accept that there are bigger clubs where Marcus might go to the Sports One. That's a transfer. Thuram has proposal from England, Italy, and Spain, and after Chelsea interested in January. So Marcus Thuram, like I said, Chelsea could get Thuram for only I think 3 million. 3 million Chelsea could get Thuram for only 3 million. That'd be a good deal, a very, very good deal, guys. So let's beef up the likes. Let's beef up the likes. This moment, let's beef up the like. So I'm gonna go on. Hams, do you want to say anything before I go to the comment section below? Because we're all streaming. You're my co-host today, and then Stav is here with me. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. He's frustrated, but in the sense that we can, like you say, we can't get Ten Hag while he was already in the Manchester, like already offered to Manchester United, and the fact that we had Tuchel in charge as well. Like I agree with him in that sense. So there's nothing you can do about that. There's really nothing you can do about that. And Pochettino as well to Manchester United. Listen, we already had a manager there. Why would we have a manager linked? We already had a manager. That doesn't make sense. So that comment is irrelevant, in my opinion.
Yes, so this is what we have here. Mohamed Kudus, Ajax player, also a teammate, a former teammate of Christian Achu, dedicated his goal to Christian Achu. Mohamed Kudus pays tribute to Christian Achu after scoring for Ajax. Another good player. If Chelsea want a very strong midfielder, this is your guy. I know he's been heavily linked with Manchester United, but I would love this guy to be at the football club. If you want to see a player that also plays like Michael Essien or Christian Achu, this is your guy. Very strong in the midfield, very creative, and he gives you a lot of flair. It's a flair player. He gives you a lot. He scored even in Anfield. Sorry, when
How
they
old
played
is he?
against Liverpool. Huh?
How
Stop.
old is he? How old is he?
I'm not so sure, but it will be between 20 to 23
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
again, you have to bring a player in and integrate him, right?
Right.
He's virtually inexperienced apart from his Ajax career, right? And he's
Right.
in and out of the team. I saw his goal today,
Yeah.
right? Free kick, right, from outside the box,
Wow.
right?
That's good.
So I saw his goal, and from the minute he hit it, I knew it was going in. But again, you have to integrate a young player, which is why Potter was brought in because of
Yeah.
his ability to build teams like he did at Brighton, right? That team at Brighton now was built by Potter, right?
Mhm.
People need to remember that. That's why he's been brought in. He wasn't brought in to win the Champions League, the FA Cup, or anything like that, or even make the Champions League next year, right? This season. That's not why he was brought in. Get with the
Okay.
program,
All
right?
right. So,
Understand
thank you
that.
very much. Thank you very much, Stav. We're gonna move on from there. A little bit of the comments. Read some more of the comments. Fire him away. We have enough of Potter. Is the coach
We've dealt with
appoint
it.
Ten Hag? He will
Yeah,
transform Chelsea
No, we've
and
dealt with this one.
yeah, I
next.
didn't read it. I did not read it. I know we dealt with it.
Doesn't matter. People can see it.
I thought that Abramovich losing Chelsea to UK ban was the worst crisis Chelsea would ever see. But no, there's more. Chelsea seeing more. Big up to you, my brother. I think it's Carr, right? Your name is Carr. But Graham Potter coaching is a bigger crisis than that. You could even see the players can see him at the one at the one to take them to the title. Players don't see he's the one to take them to the title. I'm sure that's what my brother Cal trying to say. Thank you very much for your comment. I hate Chelsea coming from MVP. Don't hate Chelsea. You gotta like them. Don't hate Chelsea. Damn, I got shocked after after hear this. Okay, coming from football. I think
Hearing what?
football something. Damn no. My brother said, damn no. I'm not so sure what you're saying here. We need him at this hot time, please. Mary Lukaku, come back,
No,
please.
thank you.
Some people
No,
want you. I know our staff has will react to that. Romelu Lukaku, come back. What do you make of Romelu Lukaku? If we don't want Obama Young, what do you make of Romelu Lukaku? It's a question that needs to be asked. Why Bakion? Why Bakion? Is that confirmed? Fabrizio Romano is back now. Yeah, Fabrizio Romano is there. Is that true? Neymar to Chelsea transfer. Well, I made a short video and it was circulating in the news media. I think 3 days ago and even yesterday that Todd Bowley went to France and have a discussion with Nasser El Khalifa, which is a PSG director. So they had a conversation in regards to Neymar. Neymar, the club is willing to move on without Neymar. So Neymar will be moving away from the football club, but we don't know what the destination is going to be. And it looks like Toboli fancy that project. They want to bring Neymar to the football club. I don't know how fans. If Neymar comes in and Kuku comes in, there'll be too many players for Graham Potter to work with. Too many players for Potter to work with. So I don't know where you guys stand with in regards to Neymar. I haven't
I
heard.
don't want him.
Um,
I don't want him.
yeah, I'll come back to you,
What?
stuff. I'll come back to you, stuff. I know
Go
you
on
have.
then.
I know what you
Go
want to
on,
say on
Ham.
Neymar. Yeah, no, I'll come to Hams in a minute. Come to Hams. Is that true? This is it's amazing to see so many different countries and culture coming together to play this game. That is from my brother Pilot Mayor I think Pilot. Big up to you, my brother. Big thank you for your comment. ANTM said I love. I'm not so sure what you love. You love the channel. If you love me too, let me know. I love you too. You know, I love you too. Hey, good. Big up to you. He said, Ezra Manos. This is Metal Face Doom. He says, Ezra Manos put some respect to Tuchel win in the CWC. It was the last piece, the puzzle for Abramovich to win it all. Thank you very much. I know stuff will react. I'll pin it. I'll pin it in case he wants
Don't
to
need to
react.
pin it. I'll remember it.
It's okay. It's funny. It's funny that most of the point we have now where under Tuchel coming from my brother Car also said that again. Says don't sign anyone. Let's get top four. Maybe I will go and buy the club and fire Potter. That's Nehemiah. Nehemiah, big up to you. 51 likes, but yet 127 people here. That is not fair. Come on, people. Let's hit the like button. At this moment, I think it's dropped down to 13 again. But let's see. It might go up again. We got some few minutes to end the stream anyway. What did you make of the game yesterday? Stuff coming from Metal Phase Doom. Mr. Patrick said that's what training is for, though. That is what I'm not so sure what Mr. Patrick is referring to because it took me a while to read all these comments. So we need a striker, coach. Indubitably. Indubitably.
Yeah, get Drogba.
Get in the chat, people. Let's get in the chat. Big up to you, Metal Face, for supporting the channel. Metal Face, thank you very much, brother. I hope you're doing very, very well, guys. I've got a link in there if you have if you want to have your say. Come on, let me know what you make of the game on Saturday. Come and have a say. You got like I'm gonna give everyone 1 minute. You come on, you say, you give us an analysis of what you thought. So if someone's spamming, I'm not so sure if someone is spamming the chat. If someone is spamming, mods, please deal with it. If someone is spamming, if it's not a spam, then we can move on from that. I want to love you. Welcome, beautiful Alizum. This is Alizum goodness. Welcome everyone to Malta. Welcoming everyone to the platform. Subscribe, guys, if you haven't, and also like the video. I've got the stream up while I figure out food. Keep up the good work, though. Thank you very much, Alizum. Good. I think goodies. Alizum goodies. Thank you very much, my brother. Hop up to this screen, this channel. We go live 1:30 UK time every day, and we can have a discussion. We talk. I mean, everyone on the platform, the comments respect each and other. Sometimes it gets a little bit rough, but yeah.
You mean 6:30?
6:30 UK.
6:30 UK, not 1:30.
He's in the US. That's why he said 1:30.
1:30,
Yeah, we
1:30
said
UK time and 6:30 6:30 UK time, 1:30 American time. So that's what I meant to say. I'm sorry for getting everything twisted in a way. Our owners seems to have a fetish for wingers. They like wingers, I guess. Fans are left with very heavy heart as it was announced. Sadly, Christian Achu body was recovered yesterday. My heart goes out to his wife, Kate. I saw a photo of his family, and it broke my heart. I know how you feel. I know how women feel when a husband or the breadwinner of the family have to leave and leave the spouse and the kids behind. Condolences to his family. Christina Achu, may your soul rest in peace, brother. I know you, and I've seen at you at Ghanaian training ground before for one of the Afcons. I've seen at you before, so I know how his wife feel. So yeah, I think how is Graham Potter still manager of our club? The wonders of the world never cease to amaze. Oh, big up to you, all sports fan, Adam. Big up to you, brother. If you haven't subscribed, it's the first time joining us here. I've sent the link in there. If you want to hop on the channel, get on the channel and let's have a chat. Let us know what you make of the Saturday game. Chelsea lost to Southampton at home. We haven't won in a long time. No
Yeah.
fans hungry and waiting for that success. So if you haven't put a like on the video too, let's try and make it up to 100. I know we can before the stream comes to an end. Hams, were you saying something before we move on to Stav? Because Stav has a lot to say in regard to some of the comments.
I think the fan base didn't really understand about the whole why Potter came. Like Potter came into the build to build a team, to build a team. Like I know that this is not going to work out as at the start because things take time. That's why you're going to see results against Southampton, and us or everyone probably will say, yeah, he needs to go. Maybe he's not fit for the job. That's probably what we're seeing in our screens. But at the end of the day, the owners are giving him time, and we are going to have to support him. He's not going to go anywhere.
Okay.
It's unfortunate, but it's how life is. We're gonna have to, be realistic and stick by him and see where it goes. That's what I would say about that.
Okay. Thank you very much. From Hams. Big up to you, all sports fan Adam. He gave me a nice, I think, a broken hat. I'm not sure if it's a broken hat or a love to me or a hat to me. But if you're giving me a hat, also get one, brother. Thank you very much. Stav, you want to react to any of the comments, sir? So we can
Yeah.
go on.
Dear Patrick, first of all, how do you formulate a style or a system, right, when half your players are out injured? At the second week into November, players went away to play friendlies and then the World Cup, right? During that World Cup, he had 4 players to work with, right? 12 were at the World Cup, 8 were injured, right? And he had 4 players plus Brozier from the B list. Then Brozier goes and gets injured, right?
Okay.
How do you formulate any kind of system or style? Same thing applies, right? The Champions League was condensed into 5 less weeks than normal, so we were playing 3 games, right, every week. If you're preparing for an opponent, you don't have time to formulate styles and stuff like that as well. You prepare by telling your players the opponent's strengths and weaknesses and things like that, right? So people need to realise that he hasn't really had that much time until recently to work with the players. The first time he had any time to work with the players was the week between the Liverpool and the Fulham games, right? That's the first time he's had proper time to work with the players. People need to just get over the results with the thing, right? And stop being knee-jerk just because we're losing games here and there. When Mourinho was coach the last time, right, and he got sacked, we were in 16th place, and we finished in 10th, right? As regards Tuchel getting the most points, right, he lost 2 and drew 1, right, of his 6 league games, which means he got 10 points and we got 31. So how did he get most of the points, right? And the 6 points he dropped were against the bottom 2 with a full strength side, except for Kante, right? And those 6 points could have made a difference now. And those are teams that he destroyed just months before, 6-0 away and 3-0 away. So let's get real here, right? Just cut Potter some slack. He's got a lot of pressure on him because he has to integrate all these players and he has to bring the injured players back in carefully without re-injuring them. He got stick for re-injuring, for Reece James getting re-injured, and it wasn't even his fault. As for regards the players, right, don't
Yeah.
see him as the man, right? If that's the case, why did Reece James only last week go public and back him? Right? Why did he go public and back him? Right? And the people are just making comments without thinking about it. We are not going to win anything, not even the Champions League this year, because there's too much being rushed and things like that. Next season, he'll have his choice of squad. Right, Badia Shield can play, a new striker can play. Right, all the guys he's just signed can play. Right, Slanina's probably going to be the second goalkeeper, most likely. Right.
Yeah.
So people, you just need to realise that there's a situation. People complained that we drew at Nottingham Forest. How did Man City get on at Nottingham Forest yesterday?
They drew as well.
Yeah, right. How did Liverpool get on at Nottingham Forest in the league? They got beat. They got beat, right?
Yeah.
How did Tottenham get on at Nottingham Forest in the Carabao Cup? They got knocked out, right? Don't underestimate these teams. On any given day, any team can give you a hard game and a tough game, right? Now, Potter's mistake yesterday was not realising that, maybe, and made too many changes, right? For me, Silva should have started. Ziyech should have started. I would have tried Chukwuemeka out on the left, right? And then bring Sterling on later. Mudryk, right? He's an impact player at the moment.
You wrap it up,
right?
Stav.
Yeah. And
Summarize it. Summarize it. Yeah.
And Madueke and Detra Fofana, they're impact players at the moment, right? So we need to accept that, and we need to gel the players in and carefully bring back the injured, because if I hadn't been injured, I suspect Zakaria would have started yesterday's game, but he doesn't want to rush him back.
All right, thank you very much. I think this has been tweeted from Fabrizio earlier on, and PSG announced that Neymar suffers from a sprained ankle. Performed today. Today does not reveal a fracture. So, new
Did they get beat?
ligament assessment. I think they were. I don't know if they were. I think they were losing. I don't know the final result, but they were losing earlier on yesterday when they played. So yeah, we're gonna move. Yeah, we're gonna move on from there. I thought they said Achu was rescued 2 weeks ago. Absolutely, I was. To be honest with you guys, don't fault me for giving you that news. I wouldn't say it was a false news. It wasn't, because I was listening live from someone that owned a team in the championship, who owns who lives in Turkey, a team owner in the championship. It's I think a Turkish. So he was speaking live on a very, very popular top radio station in the UK, and I was listening live, and this is what he said. He said that Achu has been rescued and is being taken to a local hospital. They're taking care of him, but he hopes that Achu will recover and be able to play football again. So when I took that message, and the same radio station tweeted it, so I took that message from there, as that is what I do: research and get information and bring it to this platform. So that was what they said, and he even said that he was talking to the local government for them to be able to secure bigger property and land for them to build mobile homes for these families that have lost their homes. So don't fault me, but I apologize for giving you a news that it became false. But it's been a while. It's been over a week since that news, 2 weeks ago, since that news broke down. So maybe they found somebody that looks like Achu. They thought it was Achu, but they should be they should clarify that before giving us the news on air, live on air. So I apologize to my big brother here. All sports fan Adam, big up to you, and thank you very much for bringing that up. You don't play on the back foot at home against Southampton. You should be ruthless.
Can I respond to that?
We should be ruthless. I have only three. Only three comments to read. You don't have to depend on a penalty against West Ham, yet another relegation battle side. I expect nothing from our team while Potter is in charge. My result, any result, is a bonus from now. That's from Mr. Patrick. And if he's still here next season, I will judge him. I will judge him then. Yeah, for now, I'm not really judging him, but I'll wait to the end of the season. I have subbed. Okay, you subscribe. Okay, thank you very much. All sports fan. All sports fan. If you want to get in the comment, the link is right there. Look in the comment section. I'll put a link in there. If you want to get in there, have a say in regards to what happened on Saturday. Click on it. Come on in. You have some few minutes, maybe 1-2 minutes, and talk to us. And what do you think Potter has to do right to be able to get these players playing football for him? So he said, I have sub, bro, great content. I believe we will become a great team, but it will take time and possibly try and error. We need a new keeper, a CDM, and a proper striker like Osman. Oh, I love Osman. If Osman comes to the football club, man, I wouldn't be able to sleep like 3 days. Staff, you were about to react to any of the comments. Let's go through it real quick. We can
to Patrick, right? Yeah, we were poor in the first half yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. And I already mentioned the fact that Mudryk didn't track, Maduki didn't track back, right? And that caused issues. Okay, and changing the defensive mids. Kovacic doesn't track back. He's more into moving forward, right? And to be honest, if we sell him, I couldn't care less, right? He's gone downhill, right? That's that, right? How can we create 17 chances, right, and be on the back foot, right? How will we on the back foot? Southampton pressured us when they countered, right? And that's when you need the wingers to track back and cover the fullbacks. Right, and then you needed Kovacic to sit and be more disciplined as well, right? But we created 17 chances, so I don't know how that's on the back foot, right? With regards to the comments regarding West Ham, right, the referee gifted us a goal, disallowed a goal from West Ham, which would have given them a draw, right? And in parts of that game and parts of the Leicester game, we were on the back foot. Near your camera's gone off, right? Okay. We were on the back foot, right? So there are games where you're going to be on the back foot. Didn't you think we were on the back foot last season under Tuchel with Burnley and Everton and teams like that who managed to get draws, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're not going to be attacking the whole length of time. Even Man City go on the back foot at home. Never mind away, right?
Okay.
So this back foot thing, right, is nonsense. We created 17 chances. We had 5 on target, right? Players missed it. They convert them, we win, right? No matter what Southampton did. They converted the chances we had at Dortmund, we win, right? No matter what they did, because they got a breakaway goal, which should have been a free kick. And not allowed to be an advantage.
All right.
So let's put things into a bit of context. I saw Patrick on other platforms as well, and I saw his comments.
Stuff. I understand. Patrick is a strong member of this platform. But I know if you
okay with Patrick.
Yeah, I know.
I get on okay with Patrick.
I'm just throwing this out there. You can correct him whenever you want to, or you can react to his comment. But I always say, if you don't use the word nonsense, that'll be really appreciated. So things will be much more.
I understand the word.
Maybe. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but if we can use some of the words, that would be much more nice.
Okay. It's a fallacy. It's a fallacy to say we were on the back foot all the time, right? That we were on the back foot in the game, right? It's a fallacy. Yeah. That's better. Yeah. Nonsense is a word. Is a word that's used in England a lot. Right.
I'm not so sure how you took it, but if you feel like what Stav is saying, it's okay, then we can move on from that. But if you don't think it was okay in terms of how he said it, I really apologize to you, Mr. Patrick. You already know our Stavi. Sometimes the words come, he doesn't think it may offend someone, but sometimes it does. You get what I'm saying, Mr. Patrick? But yeah, thank you very much, Patrick. I apologize.
I suspect Patrick's English and in England, right? I suspect
Patrick is in English,
right? So he knows that I'm not being offensive if I use the word nonsense. I'm talking about the subject matter, not that Patrick's being nonsense, right?
Okay. Yeah.
The thing is, we need to stop
Mhm.
thinking about the results all the time, right?
Yeah.
Because we are now going to go through this for maybe another 2 or 3 weeks whilst we integrate the other players, right? These new guys have only been at the club, some of them fortnight, right? Like Enzo, 3 weeks, the others, right? They've barely had chance, right? Look how long it's took Havertz,
Yeah.
Ziyech, all those players to settle in when they arrived in a different country, different league, different club, right?
Okay. All right, let's move on from there. This is coming from Metaphase Doom. Big up to you, Doom Day. He said, "Start. Would you rather pity? I think is it Peter? I
Potter
think
or Tuchel?
is it? I think
Potter Tuchel.
Potter over Tuchel. That is what he said. I have complete I think utter respect for staff. I have a complete utter respect for staff. We may have differences opinion, but we both support Chelsea. Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick. You make me fill up with goosebumps. Thank you very much. I like harmony. I like joy, and
Yeah, like
respect each
the
other
like
over here. So.
like the harmony you had the other night with the German expert
Oh, come
who
on!
virtually
I don't want to hear
who
no
virtually, who
expert.
virtually got it all wrong, right?
Let's not talk about German expert.
Do you know the one thing, right?
Yeah,
That the thing that upset me the most about the Dortmund game, right,
yeah,
was
yeah.
that goal should never have stood. I have never ever seen an advantage played from an
Mhm.
offside. The play always stops. The ball
Yeah,
goes back to the position that it was
right.
offside, and you play from there. You play
Yeah,
advantages for fouls and things like that, right,
Hmm.
and handballs, but not for an offside, right? And I wish that goal hadn't have gone in, and I would have been happy with 0-0.
Yeah.
And then your expert would have looked a total mug, right?
Okay. Thank you
Right
very much.
now,
Thank
but
you very
now he
much.
only looks
Thank
like
you
a
very
mug.
much. Thank you very much, Stavi. We're gonna move on. The next topic is Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Conor Gallagher. Journalist Dean Jones has claimed that Newcastle could turn to Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Chelsea, Ruben Loftus-Cheek in order to strengthen their midfield in the summer. Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Conor Gallagher are those two names Jones picked out as potential targets. I'm not sure
Old
what you
news.
guys make of that. Do you guys want to
It's old
see
news.
Ruben go?
It's old news. That's old news.
we
They've
already
been
know
in for
them.
both of them. They've been in for both of them before. It's
Right.
old news, right? Now you mentioned Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He should have played instead of Kovacic yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kovacic was poor.
Yeah,
Kovacic was
yeah,
poor.
absolutely. Like I said, you should bring players that have had those chemistry already in the BVB game instead of taking the whole squad. That is why people also keep saying Potter don't have his starting 11. How do you get your starting 11? You keep changing players all the time. Use what
Because
you have. Use what you have at this moment.
Nate,
Yes, sir.
because he feels the pressure, right? Not
Yeah,
to force players like
yeah.
Silva
Hmm.
and Chilwell and Reece James to overplay, right?
Yeah.
Silva because of his age, the other two
Hmm.
because of their previous injuries, right? And he feels that pressure. And he also has pressure to play
Hmm.
players that we've brought in, right? I know Bowley and that are backing him, but he obviously thinks that he's been brought in to integrate young players, so he's trying to do that, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it, right? Because there's a week between the two games, between yesterday and Tottenham next Sunday, right? I wouldn't have done it, right?
Yeah,
Silva is super fit for his age, right? The
Hmm.
guy trains at home as well, right? And
Right.
I think he could have played that game, right? And without him, even Badishile looked average. I'm not saying he is average, but it's obvious that when you stick someone next to Silva, they excel and they play even better than can be expected, right? So
Okay.
Silva, for me, he should have started the game, try and put the game to bed, then take him off and rest him a bit, right? Same thing with Reece James, and Ziyech should have played because against Dortmund he created lots of problems for them. right?
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna move over from there. Nathan Ake contract update. This is Manchester City news. Nathan Ake is in fine form his season by receiving a new bumper contract that will see his weekly wages rise completely above 100 a week. Big up to you, Max. Max, if you're there, let me see. Max, let me see your camera real quick before I let you in, please. Max, let me see your camera. Let me see you real quick. You're not on the stream yet, but I want to see your camera real quick, and then I'll let you in, please, Max. Because there has been some issues online where people don't show their camera, and as soon as they got on the show, there was something else. Max, if you can hear me. Okay. Welcome to the stream, Max. How you doing?
How you doing? You right?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful.
I was trying to show my camera, but I'm not sure why it's not.
Oh, is it betting balling?
Yeah, you don't need to check him. Yeah, you don't need to check him.
I didn't know it was him.
Never mind.
That's me.
He's not going to be topless. You're not going to be topless, are you, Mac?
This is not the right channel.
No.
This is not the right channel.
Around in your underwear.
Yeah. You don't need OnlyFans, bro.
I wouldn't know it was him if he hasn't said anything. I wouldn't know it was him yet.
I did. For some reason, I didn't log in on my Google account with my Burton Borders channel. Yeah. Because I'm on a different.
Yeah. Welcome to the stream, sir. What do you have for us?
Yeah. Hi. How you guys
doing? Wonderful.
I'm all right.
Good.
Doing all right.
Max, was there something wrong with YouTube this morning?
No.
I was trying to type things into your thing, right, and it kept cutting off on me, and then it was freezing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I had to keep going out and come back in, and then re-editing everything till I finished, and then I just gave up in the end.
I don't know.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah. I think I know what's coming. Go on.
Let's go.
Yeah, I've already had this discussion with Stab on my channel. You know, I've always been sort of talking about Potter giving him time, but Stab, I think you contradict yourself a couple of times. What my issue is with Potter? Okay, I understand, and I got a lot of sympathy for the situation that we're in with the injuries and having to integrate all these players, but he needs to be tough. To stay in his job, he needs to be tough.
Hold on, Max. Let me ask you a question real quick. I'm not going to cut you off. You're going to come back to what you were saying. I'm trying to get some new what do you call it? How do you call it? Intro. Are you okay with your camera being on? If not, don't worry.
Yeah, I am, but I can't get it on at the moment. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to. For some reason, when I touch the camera,
I could tell you. You're messing with it. All right, you could go ahead.
Yeah, it's going black, so I can't see why it's not on. I may have to come on my other device.
Do you want to get out and then come back again? You want to try that?
Yeah, give me a couple of minutes. I'll try and go on my other device. But
yes, sir.
Give me about 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll come back in again.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine,
okay.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Go on then, Hams. You must have something to say.
Based on what he's trying to say, I really understand that Potter has to integrate all these players. I understand that people are calling for his name out. It's understandable about the result yesterday and probably the other results, but you're gonna understand that these results will happen, and we have to deal with it, to be honest. And yes, it's a bad result, but we still had chances to score goals and we didn't. So that's on the players as well, not just the manager who made changes. And it's just we have to blame the players for not showing enough in the pitch in recent games as well. So it's a team effort at the end of the day. We can blame Potter as much as we can, but we also have to blame the players who's not delivering.
Can I just say something, Hams? Right, I've watched some footage from the training sessions, right? And he's been making them practice finishing, shooting, right, with both feet, right? They have to shoot with one foot. Then the next time they go in, they have to shoot with the other foot. And then the third time they go in, they have to head the ball, right? So he's doing something to try and get them to start scoring, right? Now, when I was coaching kids, right? Well, I say kids, but they were like 15 up to 18, right? I had the same team for 3 years, right? When I was coaching them, I used to have, do you know them net ball bag things? How you put the balls in? I used to have a ball in that, taped up, so the ball was at the bottom of the bag. And I used to stand there with a glove, holding the bag, and I used to make them just kick the ball with their opposite foot, not their strong foot, right? And they used to have to practice with the opposite foot, and it worked, right? And he's trying even that in training. I've seen the footage. So ultimately, right, the players do have to take some responsibility. But I'd also say that I believe in the next 2 to 3 weeks, right, we will see the team he believes is his strongest.
Okay.
Right, once he's had a good look at all of them. And the guys who don't get in the team, right, even if it's Maduke or whoever, get them in the under-23s, EPL2 team, get them playing there, like I said earlier on, to establish an understanding with each other. Hutchinson and Slanina were playing in there today, and Harvey Vale, Charlie Webster, some of these guys are on the B list. Your camera's gone again, Lee. Right,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
I believe in the next couple of weeks, right, by the Dortmund game, I think he'll have made his mind up. You've got Tottenham, one other game, then the Dortmund game, I think it is. Right?
Max is back. Max, don't worry, Max. I know you're trying hard. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
I
get it
think
going.
it may be to do with the platform you're on, because I can't even see my picture.
Yeah, go on then. Just get on with it, Max.
StreamYard
Say what
does
you
this
want to
once
say.
in a while. You guys kick me out, and I'm back again with my camera.
Don't worry about it. Forget about it.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. Sorry. The point that I was making is like that. I have sympathy with I do have sympathy with Potter, because obviously he's coming. He hasn't had a pre-season. He hasn't. He's had a lot of injuries to deal with, and he's had a lot of new players who's come in January. So for that, I have sympathy for him. But having said that, he needs to be tough now, because this guy is. We're in a results business at the end of the day, and I know results are going to be up and down. I'm expecting that. I wasn't expecting us to be top 4, but the form we're in at the moment is worrying. It's relegation form at the moment. 2 wins in 15 isn't good. And so I just want to see him scrap it out a bit. So rather than next season, if I was Potter, what I'd do is next season I'll use if he gets the time pre-season, he needs to implement his style. Anyone who knows the way that Potter plays, he is, although he's saying he's not a good tactician, he is a good tactician. But what he does, he likes players to be very flexible in the way they play, and they play all. He wants everyone to be able to play and take up multiple positions, and then he can change formation 2 or 3 times within a game. That takes a lot of time to implement. So what he needs to do, in my opinion, is just get back to basics, become a counter-attacking team. It's easier to defend. It's easier to go back to basics. You look at Sean Dyche, what he's done at Everton. He's gone in there. He just said, "Look, we're going to just play difficult to beat. We're going to hit people on the counter. Just give them simple tactics. Don't overcomplicate the tactics from the players. Just say, this is what I need you to do for now, and then you build on it for next season. Also, make some decisions by just picking the right players. Yesterday, we're battling. So people like Conor Gallagher came on yesterday. At least what he does, he shows a bit of fight. Mason Mount isn't in any form, so I'd pick Gallagher ahead of Mason Mount, for instance, because this guy, he's always trying something with the ball. I wouldn't have played, as I said. Silva should have played, and Loftus-Cheek should have played. He should. I saw some good things on Wednesday, and that's why my sort of narrative was given time. But what did it for me yesterday was all those changes. We can't afford to make those changes when we are struggling, when we're going through. We need to pick up wins to be. That's a big confidence booster to pick up some wins. So I'd have preferred to see him play the likes of your Loftus-Cheeks and your Silvers, because we've got 7 days between now and our next game, or 8 days, because we play on Sunday against Tottenham. So, and I feel that had we put out a side like that, maybe we'd have got the desired result, because you don't underestimate teams like Southampton. And it was the manner of the display as well. Is that the players looked a bit lost. Second half we galvanised a bit, but in the first half it was And I've seen sort of these performances before, and the telltale signs before with these sorts of displays. Because I remember the first tenure of Jose Mourinho, when everyone was surprised at his sacking, we played Norwegian side. Was it Tromsø or Molde? I can't remember which one it was. And the performance was tepid. And my brother and myself were at the match, and we said, he's not going to last long, is he? And a couple of games after against Aston Villa, he was gone. And that was like a big surprise to people. Frank Lampard, it was the Leicester game where we underperformed in that game, which I knew that was the final one for him. Jose Mourinho's second spell, again, that Leicester game. After that Leicester game, I thought, you know what, something's going to happen, because the players just don't look like they're doing it for him. And then Tuchel, it was the Champions League game where players just didn't look like they were wanted to play for them anymore. I'm not saying the players that want to play for Tuchel, because as what Stab says, Reece James has come out with comments that he's enjoying life with him. But performances on the pitch, that's where you see whether they're taking in his ideas, etc. And the problem is, especially for Potter, is that the fans at the ground are now turning against him. Social media, we know what social media is like. It's always very reactionary. But when the fans at the ground at Stamford Bridge are starting to turn, then that is worrying. And it's not just the results, because results are going to be up and down, but it's performances and just to see some improvement in performances. As I said, we saw something of an improvement in the last 2 games, and then yesterday it was just a lack of effort that people were putting in. Whether the confusion, whether to press, whether not to press, and misplaced passes and things like that, I can accept, because people are still trying to gel. But it's the basics, like the pressing and the hard work off the ball and everything else. And he just needs to get tougher with these players. And if you're not playing well and confidence is low, then you put in the graft. Because like Southampton, we've got to remember that Southampton are a team who are in disarray at the minute as well. But what the caretaker manager said in his press conference was that you saw the way they played yesterday. You saw the way they fist bumped each other when they cleared the ball off the line, etc.
Yeah.
They put their bodies on the line for their manager yesterday. They wanted it more than we did. And that for me is criminal when a team, effort is the bare minimum for me, even when form is not as good as it should be. So that's what I'm saying. So I'd like to give him time, but again, as I said, results are the thing that's going to ultimately prove whether he does get until the end of the season. Because if we lose our next couple of games, Tottenham, we've got a couple of Leicester, I think we play, and some others.
Leeds.
Leeds.
Tottenham, Leeds, Tottenham.
Exactly. So if we don't pick up maybe even 4 points out of those 3, forget the Dortmund game. We're going to go. Obviously, a win against Dortmund would help, because obviously that will take us through to the next round. But if we get knocked out of the Champions League and we only pick up 2 or 3 points in the next 3 or 4 games, then ultimately, that's going to drag us into the relegation fight, whether we like it or not. And so that's what's going to happen. So I want, if results were up and down, I won't mind a win defeat or whatever. But 15, 2 wins in 15. The longer that continues, then I think, as I said, his position is going to become untenable.
Okay. Thank you very much, Max. There's a player that's heavily linked with their team at this moment. So I'm gonna do Onana. What do you make of that player?
What, the Everton one?
Yeah, the Everton. Yeah.
He's a good player, but he wouldn't be my first choice, to be honest. The boy that I'd want to partner Enzo Fernandez is the boy that played against us yesterday.
Jude
He
Bellingham.
was superb. No, Lavia.
Oh,
For
Lavia.
Southampton. I think Lavia will be a fantastic foil for.
We were linked.
We were linked with him a while ago. Yeah, because that boy, he's still only young. He's got Premier League experience. He was actually founded by Joe Shields, who's now with us. He was the one who took him to Manchester City at the time, and then so he knows him well. So, and I believe that he can be a good foil. He's young. He's very intelligent for his age as well. Good positional sense and quite athletic. He in both games he played against us this season, he bullied the midfield. Another what is he 19 or something? And he's got a lot of potential to come. So I would prefer him if we were going for a particular player. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Max. Before we bring, Stag,
he's the most realistic one. He's the most realistic, right? Because he's probably their best player as well, right? Overall,
and if they go down as well, then he'll be cheap, relatively cheap, because they won't be able to get big money for him if they get relegated.
Yeah. With regards to what Max said, right? I've had misgivings. Like Mason's too tired, right, and fatigued to be pressing, right.
Stop. Yeah. Don't go too far. Let's try and wrap it up.
Right. Okay. Madueke, right. He's never going to press. I watched him for PSV. He's not a pressing player, right? But he's going to have to learn. And that's why I said stick them in the under-23s. Tell them what you want from them, right? And then let them do it there and learn, right? Felix, is he really a pressing player? He does try to get in, but is he a pressing player? I don't think so. And now there's that's for Fafana, yeah, but only if the game's near him. And he was coming out and going wide as well, right? And not in the middle, first half. So the players have to take some responsibility. I don't know if they're acting to Potter's instructions or not. If they're not, then they have to take some responsibility. And we're never going to... It's just like... And Kovacic, he's finished, right? He's not disciplined enough. Him and Kante, if they both go, and they likely will do, then I'm not really that bothered, right? I love Kante, but I think their time's almost over. I think Ruben will go, possibly Conor Gallagher as well, and most likely Mason, right? Well, I don't understand this thing with Neymar. Why are we going to pay a fee for Neymar, give him €600 a week, right? And yet we don't want to give Mason Mount the same amount as Reece James. What's the point? I don't get that. I just don't understand it. So I don't see the point of getting Neymar. And where are you going to fit him in anyway?
True.
Right? Where are you going to fit him in? What's the point in him? Right? It's like, if we're going to make signings, a DM, whether it's at Southampton kiddie or not, right? A centre-back, right? Guardiola would be my choice. Get rid of Koulibaly as well, because he showed yesterday he's not for the Premiership, right? And bring Corwell back and sign a striker. I would pick Tony if he doesn't end up in jail or banned, right? Because it's quite possible.
The Americans, Stab, the reason they want, it could do, but Stab, I think the reason why they want Neymar is, the Americans want a big superstar.
It's marketing.
It's a marketing thing. Yeah. And I'm with you. I don't advocate Neymar. Neymar's a bit lazy, and if we want to be doing
Yeah, the thing with the shirt sales thing, right, is when you sign a deal with Nike, and it's the same with all the companies, kit manufacturers, they give you 50 million, 40 million, whatever a year, right? And that's all you get until you complete the so many million sales, right? The only club that gets continuous money for shirt sales is Man United. They always negotiate a special deal where they continue to get a cut of the shirt sales. After you've sold, I think, 3 or 4 million, right, worldwide, you then start getting 10% of the shirts that are sold in the shop. But remember, we were sanctioned and the club shop had to close and we weren't allowed to sell shirts. But you could still get the Chelsea shirt from the Nike shop in the US, but that money was going to Nike, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at the club shop, you'll notice that Nike have a hand in it, right? The majority of Chelsea's money comes off non-Nike gear and equipment. So I think the one in for marketing, they have this idea about using media to market the club, right?
Okay.
And
Thank you very much, Stavi. We've got this is from Patrick. He says we've got dirty leads as well before that Dortmund game, Stav. Then Kim So came up and says, Stavi. It looks like he misses Stavi. Stavi's back. Stavi's back. He'll be going on and off anyway. So guys, we're gonna bring the stream to an end, but before we bring the stream to an end, there are a few questions that we'd like to get ourselves into. In terms of the title race, Manchester City dropped huge 2 points in the title race after a late equalizer by late
Chris
equalizer.
Chris Wood for Nottingham Forest.
Yeah. Where there's a title race, do we still see Arsenal winning it, or do we see Manchester City going all over?
Man City are too inconsistent at the moment. But talking about Arsenal, let's go back to Arsenal. Can I say something?
Sure. Go ahead.
At the problem that we have at Chelsea as well, which was highlighted yesterday, was when you saw the display of Jorginho for Arsenal. Yesterday, Jorginho, because Arsenal have a lot of runners, he wasn't passing the ball. If you notice, I'm not sure if you guys watched the game, but there wasn't a lot of these sidewards, backwards passing. He had a lot of forward passes yesterday, and that's because their players run. And if you look at Fernandes for us, the first couple of games he was passing forward, but he's now starting to pass the ball sideways a lot as well, because I'm not sure what it is with our players. The movement of the ball just isn't there.
It's not there.
And isn't there?
Max,
So,
is it coaching? Exactly. Is it coaching?
I think what's a bit what Stab said. It's a bit of coaching, but it's the players as well. They've got to take responsibility, because if it was coaching, how comes Frank Lampard had this issue, Tuchel had this issue, and now you've got Potter having this issue as well with the same players, and all of them have different coaching methods. So I think the players have to take some of the responsibility as well. Okay. I'm not sure whether it's the case that they don't want to take risks. They don't like to take risks. I don't know. Even if you look at Ziyech always tries the brave passes, but there's no runners for him. So sometimes we think Ziyech is having a bad game, but some of the balls he plays, it's great. But the players are not reading the passing and not moving towards the ball. They'll come in. Look, take Kai Havertz, for instance. A lot of times he likes ball to feet. So a lot of our players do like ball to feet and not balls played in behind. So Havertz, he's coming more looking for the ball in field. So there's no focal point for running behind. And so we don't get those runners in behind. And it could be coaching, it could be the way it's set up. I don't know. If we get a traditional number 9 like a Osimhen or somebody like Ivan Toney who's got the intelligence they can do both, drop deep, ball to feet, but then they can run behind. Maybe it's a personnel thing, I don't know, but it's definitely something, an issue within the club.
Thank you very much, Max. The next question is, my question was not answered in regards to the title race, Arsenal and Manchester City. Max.
I just feel I don't want them to, because my son's Arsenal and I just don't like Arsenal anyway. But it just feels like they may do it. And there's certain moments in a season that can be defining. And yesterday, because Villa played well, it was a great game yesterday, end-to-end football. But there was one moment you thought Villa may actually win the game, but that Jorginho goal in injury time, that you could see how much that meant to all those players, and moments like that can be a confidence booster, and especially then seeing Manchester City drop points, and so you'd have thought after Man City beat Arsenal, then maybe the momentum was switching, but after yesterday's performance, then it looks like Arsenal are again back in the it's in their hands. It's keep there. So and I can see Man City dropping more points because they're still working out a way how to play. I know it sounds silly because he scored 20 odd goals, but they're still not tactically as flexible as they were last season with their movement, etc. People know that you mark Haaland out of the game and you kind of nullify a lot of their attacks now. So then they haven't been consistent results-wise. So, and Arsenal still being consistent, and they still got Jesus to come back. Partey has got to come back. So, they're doing it without some of their players. So, unfortunately, I think that Arsenal are probably just favourites to win it.
Kim So said it's coaching. We notified that one of the problems is coaching and even the players' mentality. The players themselves is also one of it, and also the coach. Yeah, the coach has to be a little bit more proactive, in my opinion.
But it's 3 in a row, Nate.
Huh? Yeah,
it's 3 in a row. 3 coaches in a row.
Yeah,
right?
3 coaches.
And even Sarri was pretty similar, right? But we had Hazard then, right, who took the game by the scruff of the neck. So it's 4 in a row, right, really, right, with Jorginho in the team. So you can't just turn around and say it's the coaching. But having said that, I think Arsenal will win it because I think Man City have got one eye on the Champions League. Not saying Man City are going to win it, but I think they'll concentrate on that, right? But Aston Villa, as well as they played, they have a tendency to leak goals. Right, didn't they concede 4 from Leicester the other week after they'd been in the lead twice as well? So they're not capable holding on to the lead, and they don't press the opponent's midfield. As for the goal, right, it was an own goal. It wasn't Jorginho's. Hit the bar, come out.
Oh, come on, give me a break, stop. Give me a break.
No, listen.
No goal,
Who was it given to? Who was it given to?
Even though they didn't give it to Jorginho, I'm not taking that away from Jorginho. He strike the ball, and whatever
it was a great shot, right? So next time Mason Mount has a good shot, hits the bar, and doesn't go in, right? Are you going to give Mason Mount the credit?
He needs to go in the back of the net. Whatever hit the goalkeeper's head, that's what I want to see. Okay, exactly. It was an own goal, but I don't care own goal. He struck the ball. If he hadn't tried, the ball wouldn't have been in the back of the net. Let's put it that way. If he hadn't tried. Okay. So now the last question is going to be: if Potter is sacked, who should be the new boss at Stamford Bridge? And I'm going to start with Hans Master. That's where we're going to end the stream today. Hans, if Potter is in sack, who would you see to be in the club?
I don't know. Anyone who's available, to be honest, but probably.
No, you can't say anyone who's available.
No, it's.
Do you want Pochettino, who hasn't won anything? Do you want Pochettino?
I would say Flick. Probably say Flick.
Okay. So
is he going to want to leave the Germany job?
Well, it's unlikely, but he was in the ground.
That's what he wants. That's what he wants. The time he came to the ground, it doesn't mean he's coming for Chelsea job. No, he came to look at Havertz and some German players that are playing in that big game. So he didn't come to Germany because of Potter. No. Let's not read meanings into that.
Wasn't Southgate at Aston Villa yesterday?
That was well.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So
does that mean he wants the Aston Villa job? I always find it nonsense. Right, I use that word again. When the media try and take an international manager's visit and turn it into something else, right? He's not getting sacked anyway, so I don't have to pick another manager, right?
Okay.
The only way he's getting sacked is if we get relegated, and we're not going to get relegated because as time goes on, he's going to settle on his first 11 and start pushing, right? So he's not getting sacked.
Max, please, who would you prefer if Chelsea sack Potter? Who would you prefer to be in the club?
So hypothetically, if he
Hypothetically,
does get
yeah, hypothetically.
then,
We all know where we stand with Potter.
Yeah, who would I like? I think the best person to carry this project forward, who's shown it is I'll go with Hansi Flick as well. That's who I'd like, whether he's possible or not. No, and I hate when I hear people say names like Zinedine Zidane. Zinedine Zidane would be a disaster for this club. I'll tell you that for now. If he's got some superstars to work with, then he's good. But to build a young side, he hasn't shown me any evidence that he can do that. Even Luis Enrique's name being quoted, again, I don't think that will work out for us. He's only proven it in one job for me. And so Poch would be okay. I know some people don't like him, but he didn't win anything at Tottenham. But I think what he did at Tottenham, he integrated a lot of the younger players in that side and got them playing some attractive football. So I wouldn't mind him, but Hansi Flick would be my number one choice if I had a choice.
Thank you very much, Max. I'll also go with Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick, yeah, him. Also, if we can get Luis Enrique, I'll really be back. With me, no, Zidane, stay at Madrid. If you're not at Madrid anymore, stay at the French national team. Don't come near my club, Zidane. I know what you can do. So yeah, in that note, this is where we're going to end the stream, and I want to say thank everyone that has been on the show, and I want to say thank Hams Master, Stavi, and also Big Brother who just joined us, betting bowlers. I want to say Max, thank you very much for being part of the show today. Today I'll say I have been trending. I don't remember the last time I went live to have over 250 something joining the show. It's unbelievable today. So today I would say YouTube was good to me. Very, very good to me. 200 and it came to 100 and something, 50 and all over. So I want to say thank everyone that has been on the show, new members that have subscribed. Thank you all. And then we'll move on. Let's Blue family keep growing. Stav, Hams, and Max, please, you guys want to say something before we bring the stream to an end?
Yeah, good conversation. Sorry I got in a bit late.
No problem.
But yeah, keep your channel growing. Hope it keeps doing well. And we're all Blues fans. We sometimes have differences of opinions, but that's why we're here. If we didn't have a difference of opinions, you wouldn't have a channel, and we would have nothing to argue about.
Absolutely.
So as long as we keep everything respectful, and that's what I like. That's what I want to see. Everyone just keeping everything respectful. Once we're arguing our opinions, then we're all good. But we're all Chelsea fans at the end of the day, and we all want what's best for our club. So let's all keep supporting our club no matter what.
Yeah, thank you very much, Max. And the channel, StreamYard hasn't been that good today. I would probably try and see if I can get Max on another time so I can do so I can get a video going for my intro next time. Yeah, he's been kicking me out. You can tell right now my screen is off, and I'm just tired of doing it again from StreamYard. I'll use a different camera, my other camera. I got two of them, two cameras hooked up, so I'll use my other camera here. If you guys can see, my camera is not here. I got two of them. So yeah, I'll say thanks to everyone that have been part of the show. Stav, you want anything to say before we bring it to an end?
Yeah, the increase in viewers is down to your charisma and your charismatic voice.
Yeah,
your sexy charismatic voice.
Yeah, Stav. Yeah, Stav's sexy voice.
No, it's not mine. Listen, Teesside accent can't be charismatic or sexy, right?
Only British accents.
There's loads of them, isn't there? There's loads of them. Yeah. As long as we don't get someone with a Scouse accent on, then we'll be struggling to understand. Or Geordie's even worse.
I know where you're going with that.
Get
Stuff.
Jamie Carragher on here. He won't understand a thing.
Oh, you want to understand nothing. And it doesn't know it, and again, know it. That's all I keep hearing. And did it, and that. You see, I'm gonna ask you. I mean, you guys that have lived in London before, why is it that those that are coming from those Liverpool section, Liverpool, Everton, the accent is way different from those that are coming from London? Max, you have anything you want to say in regards to that? The accent.
Each area,
Each
area
has
has its own word.
It's just like when you're in America, you got the deep south is slightly different from somebody from New York or somebody. So you have all different. So it depends because they are closer to the north, so they're closer to Scotland or Ireland as well. So there's a mixture of those.
Yeah,
you can tell from here who is coming from New York, who is coming from Texas, but it's not far off a different from when they speak. Sometimes they use certain phrases, and that makes the word the accent a little bit different. But besides that, I think the Carragher's voice and the way he speaks is kind of very different. When the Liverpool fans are talking, it's very different and hard to understand what they speak. But
they actually say Scouse is a language. Apparently that's what they say.
Really?
Yeah, it's a mixture of English and Irish Scouse. There's a lot of Irish people, right, on Merseyside, right? They went there to work on the docks and stuff like that. Middlesbrough.
Yeah, it's just the other side of the Irish Sea, isn't it, Liverpool?
Yeah.
So,
Middlesbrough. Yeah. I keep getting called a Scouser, although I'm not a Scouser, right? But a lot of Scousers went to Middlesbrough to work when the Middlesbrough docks opened, right? And they left a bit of their accent behind, which makes us different from Sunderland and Newcastle. Further north you go, the more gruff and stronger the accent gets, right? But when I was born in London, but I grew up in Middlesbrough. But now my accent is hard to understand for people who are not from the northeast. But having said that, when I ring home, right, my accent goes even stronger. I went back in 2019 and my accent changed as soon as I got in and around people who use the same. Maybe every area has its own words as well. Like they have their own words to plus the accent. So, but Liverpool, that started because of the Irish. There's a lot of Irish there, and because basically a lot of them are stupid. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
But even in London, you have different London accents as well.
Yeah.
So you have the South London. I'm from South. That's why I pronounce my THs as F. So you use sometimes. So people in Essex speak what you call more Cockney slang and whatever. Yeah. So even within there, you can tell what part of London you're from as well, if you know the area. Yeah.
Well, the last place I lived in was near Millwall before I moved to Cyprus. That was the last place I lived. Also lived in West London, but I was born near Stamford Bridge, just up the other side of the river, Kennington. So.
All right, thank you very much, lads. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from here, and I really appreciate everyone that has been part of the show. It's been a very, very successful stream today. Very healthy, more respectful to viewers and panelists. I love it, and that's how I want to keep it going. Thank you, Max. Wherever I slept last night, I'm gonna go back and sleep the same place because I had Max join the show today. Thank you. Really appreciate it, Max. And enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. Have a good night.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye, Stav, and bye, Hams. Everyone.
Bye, Hams. Bye, Max.
Bye.
And bye you as well, Nee. Don't want you to get upset.
You staying for a second, Stav?
Yeah, can do.
All right. Stay for a second then. All right. Bye-bye, guys. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blue Clouds TV.
Bye.